Alrighty, I am leaving Hot Springs. These are all along the sidewalks here. That was the thumbnail for the last video. Yeah, I'm trying to get to Erwin now. Goodbye, Hot Springs.
Oh, it's just barely crested. Too hot.
Yeah. I'm on top of White Rock Cliff. It's called that because this rock right here is white, I guess. There's no way they can hear that. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what happened here, but it looks really, really cool. Man, these past couple days has been really, really nice, but it's been so windy that the wind has been making it really, really cold. Like right now, it's bright and sunny out, but I'm freezing because there'll be these gusts of wind coming and the wind chill just is awful. This right here is what luxurious living looks like. Oh, look at that. Alright. So today, had double trail magic. It was awesome. Had soda, cookies, Krispy Kreme donut, a couple hot dogs, Go-Gurt, an orange, a Kool-Aid brand Capri Sun thing. I think that was all I had. It was great though. And look at this. Yeah, beautiful. Man, the weather today has been so much better than it has been the past couple days. It's been amazing. I take back what I said earlier about it not being windy. It got cold and windy again. But when I got a view like this, it doesn't really matter how miserable I feel. This is amazing. Way up there is where I took that last video. And man, I am still cold. I almost just dropped my phone because of this wind. Alright, so I realize I've been complaining a lot about it being cold. So I know that if I was a viewer, I'd be thinking, man, if you can't handle the cold while it's sunny out, what do you do for night, right? So I decided to kind of show my setup. So first thing, I'm in a tent, obviously. And then I've got this crinkly layer. This is an emergency bag. I originally got it for the Smokies, because I thought it was going to be really cold there. It kind of was, but the problem with this bag is that it has no airflow, so I'd wake up wet. And then on top, so I'm using it as like a ground cover for my pad, since this metal will radiate some heat. And this is the pad that spark plug gave me. It's nice and warm. And then I've got my sleeping bag, which is a 20 degree, but that means that it's rated for extreme temperatures at 20 degree. So like, I can survive at 20 degrees, but the comfort rating is probably somewhere between 30 and 40. So to compensate, I've got this sleeping bag liner, which I've got inside here, and that adds anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees. Then some other things that I do for nighttime is I make sure my shoes are real loose, so if they freeze, I don't have a problem getting my feet in there. And then I put all my wet clothes, my hiking clothes, in this bag, and I also put my Sawyer in this bag. My Sawyer is my water filtering system, and it's really important that I do that because if my Sawyer freezes, if there's water in there, well, first I try to get all the water out, but just to be safe, I put it in this bag, and then I'll chuck it in the bottom of my sleeping bag. But if it freezes, then obviously the filter doesn't work anymore, and then I'll either have to drink straight water, which could have Giardia in it, or I gotta boil everything, and that's a pain. So I throw my wet clothes, my hiking clothes, my Sawyer in there. I throw my dry clothes, which are some of my extra clothes, and then I'll throw my electronics in there because the cold weather is bad for them. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I do for when it's cold at night. That's how I survive. Got a cool little river. So I am at No Business Shelter, and they've got a cool little graffiti board. And what else did I find over here? Oh, look! It's just a random hiker lunch. What is this? Tortillas, tuna, mayonnaise, Fritos, Cliff Bar, block of cheese, tea. Perfect. Alright, I am just outside of Erwin. But apparently, in all my other videos, I use some hiker lingo that some people didn't know what it means. So I'm gonna take this little time to explain some of the things from all the other videos that people had questions about. So bear box, as I'm just gonna go through and explain what they are. Bear box is kinda, I don't think I'll see any more of those on the trail, but back in Georgia, they have these little bins that you stick your food in at night so that bears can't get to them. Because what we do everywhere else that doesn't have them is there's either bear cables or we have rope and we have to hang our food in bags. Some people have bear cans and earth sacks, which are other things. Bear cans are these containers that bears can't get into, and then earth sacks are bags made out of Kevlar that you just wrap around a tree, and then they can't get through that either. Some other things was what trail magic is and trail angels. So trail magic is something people just come out and will set up like little stands and just give hikers food. And so we call that trail magic. and then we call the people to do that trail angels. The NOC, that was a thing that I passed in like week 2. That's just a little thing that's like it's an outfitter company place. It stands for like Nantala Outdoor Center. That might be wrong. The outdoor center part is right though. But it's they do a lot of like water rafting there, and then they have some outfitters that are NOC company logo brand whatever, and other places. That was a place I passed by on the river. A Nero is or a 0 is a day where I'm doing 0 miles. So like my last 0 was in Hot Springs. I got there on I think Wednesday, and then I just spent the entirety of Thursday just hanging out and resupplying and hanging out with people and eating a lot of food. And then a Nero is kind of similar to a 0, but it's like I'm doing near 0 miles, so like 3 miles, 5 miles. I'm getting to the point where I think like 7 miles would be a Nero for me. Anything that's like less than a half day. I think that was all the questions. I realized I missed a question. Hiker boxes. Hostels and places, they have little bins or areas where you just dump stuff that you don't want, and then anyone who wants it can come through and just grab it. So like I got my rain pants and the balaclava. Someone decided it was too much weight, too bulky, or they just didn't want it. And so instead of sending it home or throwing it away, they put it in a box, and then someone like me who wants it comes and grabs it. They're really cool. Man, the weather today has been amazing. If only it had been like this the past couple days. Although I guess, then I would have to find something else to complain about, so I guess it all worked out. So I'm biking into Erwin right now, and there's a little duck.